Hello and welcome to the Fandemic Presents Alone Star Reviews. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that don't. Each episode, I'm going to take a beloved movie, TV show, or something. I'll read some of its worst reviews, then give you my 2 cents and find out if I agree or not, all in about 15 minutes or less. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is Alone Star Reviews. Today, I'm covering a couple of recent movies. I just got done going through all of the Star Wars. I did all the movies. I did, except for the stupid Ewok ones, but we already know that's bad. And then this is actually the first. So we're going to talk about some of the summer movies. I'm going to do a couple more of these for everybody as well. Today, it is Blue Beetle, Last Voyage of the Demeter, and Strays. Now, I liked Blue Beetle. I haven't seen Last Voyage of the Demeter, but everybody that I talked to that has said they actually really liked it. And Strays is a pretty hit or miss. A lot of people were confused by it. They were thinking that it was a kid's movie, and it's definitely not a kid's movie. With all that being said, I'm not going to waste any of your time. I want you to listen to this during a lunch break or something like that. So here we go. I base the reviews I choose solely on the title alone, and I've not read through them. So please forgive me if I mispronunciate words I normally know talk good. I will do my best to read them as I see it, punctuation good and bad, and everything else. The first review I got is for Blue Beetle. This is a Lone Star review of Blue Beetle. This is called It Has That. Warning, spoilers. Have you seen Shazam, where the main character is forced into being a reluctant hero? It's like that. Have you seen Venom, when the reluctant hero has a voice that talks to him? It has that. Have you seen Miss Marvel and the plot is centered around a minority family to sell tickets? It has that. Have you seen in Spider-Man when he doesn't know how to activate his powers and they make a funny scene about that? It has that. Have you seen Iron Man when he fights a bigger version of himself in the end? It has that. Have you seen Shang-Chi where the main character has an over-energized annoying sister? It has that. Have you seen Batman's Batmobile crawl up a wall? It has that. Have you seen Archie the flying ship in Watchmen? Yep, it has that as well. Have you seen the part in Iron Man when he flies up high and then it cuts out and he falls? It has that. Have you seen any hero film where the main character gets the girl even though they have no chemistry and no reason to be a couple? It has that. Have you seen the scene in The Matrix where Neo's face gets taken over by black digital liquid over his face and mouth? It has that. Have you seen any superhero movie where the main character stupidly chooses to never kill anyone and then straight up kills folks brutally anyway? It has that. Have you seen a movie? Have you seen a movie is trying to be pro-race but simply fills the movie with tired, weak, racist stereotypes? La cha-cha-ru-cha. It has that. Have you ever seen a superhero with a weak main villain? It has that. Have you seen when average folk in film have to just the ability to use advanced weapons and technology just because the plot needs it? It has that. Have you ever seen the hero be nearly defeated only for the bad guy to be distracted instead of just finishing what they were trying or what they were doing to give the hero time to defeat the bad guy? It has that. Then you have seen it all before. I actually really enjoyed this review, so good job, dude. That was pretty awesome. Yes, it does have all those things. However, I like it. The Jaime Reyes in the movie, they aged him up so they could pair him up with Cord's daughter, Jenny. I liked it. I thought it was fun, and When I review a movie, I don't get technical. I start with, was I entertained? And then I go from there. Yes, everything that you mentioned are superhero movie tropes. They're character development, and that's how we got to where we are. Yes, DC is marketing it wrong. Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes should be their Spider-Man. He should be in pretty much everything, and I hope James Gunn really uses him, because the character is freaking awesome. I prefer Ted Kord as my Blue Beetle, and I can't wait to get him, just because one of my favorite duos of superheroes is Blue and Gold, Ted Kord and Booster Gold. My theory is that Ted Kord disappeared into the future and is hanging out with Booster Gold. But we can do that later. Let's get right into what did Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb rate Blue Beetle? And let's see how close we were. I um I really liked it, man. I would say at least an 80%, but Rotten Tomatoes, 76% on the tomato meter. And this is an audience score. This surprised me a little, of 92%. Fantastic. I like this a lot. IMDb rated this at a 6.8 out of 10. So I am closer to the Rotten Tomatoes vote audience score on here than I am to IMDb. And I mean, I'll watch again. It was fun. It felt like a Marvel movie. I feel like this is better. This and even the Shazam movie I thought was good too. Good fun movies I could watch with my kids. So, did this review change my opinion? No. I'm really opinionated and stubborn, so it's going to be hard for anything to really change my opinion, but we might get there. All right, next is Lone Star review for Last Voyage of the Demeter. Okay, so now this is titled Worst Adaptation Ever. Ever. Okay. Warning, spoilers. Oh my, where to begin? There's a space and then there was a question mark. I don't know. I didn't know how to do that. Okay. Bad acting, bad effects, bad story. This one has it all. Has it all. Plot line is Dracula is traveling from Varna, not Romania, to England on a schooner called the Demeter. It's Dracula. So it's enough to say things will go bad. There is also a black doctor, never knew Bulgarian in 1980s, having many black doctors from Cambridge. But here it is. And there's also a woman, and they save the day, more or less. And the doctor at the end of the movie becomes Van Helsing. Don't ask questions, just diversity, I guess. I think he meant 1880s, but okay. And then there is the rest of the cast. The captain who is useless, the kid who has no place here, the rest of the crew who are absolute idiots, and the man monster himself, Dracula. So yeah, all in all, terrible adaptation of a very good and scary chapter of the book. But this is modern cinema, and we have to destroy everything in the name of diversity and hashtag Me Too movement, where men who are experienced sailors are absolute idiot. Okay, idios, iditos, idios. We'll go with idios, and women who never sailed once, fought or fired a weapon, and can do all these things better than all of them. Avoid this drivel at all costs. Nobody in this era wants to make a good adaptation of a book, or in this case, of a chapter of a book. Everyone wants to push buttons and political IDs. It's IDEEAS. IDs. So that's kind of fun to say. In the end, just so you know and know why it's bad, the Black Doctor survives, the woman dies, as well as the rest of the crew, and they give a hint to a sequel that no one will ever watch, or it will sit like this one in production hell for 10 years. Wish it was never made. Such a disappointment. Avoid at all costs and save your money. Watch something else. Okay, so I don't have an opinion on this since I haven't seen it. I do want to see it, and I probably will before it leaves the theater. Let's see how the ratings were. IMDb and Rotten Tomato. The Rotten Tomato meter on this one is 50% with an audience score of 75%. IMDb gave this a 6.5 out of 10. So it is almost at Blue Beetle levels. It's just under Blue Beetle. So if you've seen it, you let me know if I should see it or not. Keep in mind, I work in a movie theater, and so I see a lot of movies for free. Okay. A Lone Star review number 3, Strays. This one here, a bad bone. Okay, I think I'm going to like this already. I can see many people having a good fun time with this one, but I really didn't like this one. Strays is the kind of comedy movie that thinks it's funny and hilarious, but it ends up being quite forced and pretty annoying. Dog movies have been an extremely hit or miss for me, as there are some pretty great dog films, but also some god awful dog films. When it comes to dumb comedies, I don't see them as amazing and just want to have a good time. But Strays really didn't do it for me. Throughout the production designs, camera work, and style was solid, as it wasn't really anything too special. With a story about stray dogs, there could have been some fun concepts to explore the subject, but here it wasn't interesting since the writing falls flat with its uninteresting ideas and concepts that were mostly bland and pretty dull. When it came to the dog movements and performances, they were mostly all right, but looked not too bad. But there were some pretty bad and uncanny moments when the lips are spoken. The performances and voice performances were honestly not so great. I like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, but their voice performances were annoying, and the characters they portray are not really interesting and mostly came off as unlikable and annoying, including the human performances. Many uses of humor related to dogs, scat, and animals weren't really funny, and the movie is trying to be non-serious, ridiculous, and edgy, but then the mainly came off as poorly written, unfunny, and eye-rolling because it feels like humor is forced. The dialogue is pretty bad, the soundtrack is obnoxious, and the direction is quite all over the place. There were few moments that did give me a few chuckles, but otherwise there wasn't really much to laugh at. Again, I don't mind dumb, silly, raunchy comedy movies at all. I like fun, dumb comedy movies like American Pie because they're fun to watch with friends, but Strays is not one of those fun ones to watch. It tries to be non-serious and funny, but it overall felt forced and quite insufferable to watch. People will be entertained with this one, which I'm glad for them. This just didn't work for me. A good, well written guy. I like this, and this actually tracks with a lot of people that I talked to as they were leaving the movie theater about the movie. So I'm still gonna watch it and form my own opinion, and I'll get back to you. But let me know what your thoughts on the movie are. Let's check out the reviews on IMDb and Rotten Tomato. Rotten Tomato says the tomato meter rated this one at 55% with an audience score of 73%. I think that tracks. And IMDb is at 6.5 out of 10. So I think that is tracks as well for that movie. Other than that, what did you think? Did you like them? Did you not like them? What did you like it about? And give me an idea for other 1-star reviews I can look up and find some good ones. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at the Book of Faces at the Fandemic. Also on TikTok at the Fandemic1, Twitter or X or whatever it is now at Fandemic3, or message me on there as well. If you want to support the show, there's several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. Brian and I will toast you, roast you on the next episode. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN Fandemic. But I'm horrible at keeping that stuff up to date, so I need to get better. I'm working on it, guys. I'm a busy guy. You can Become an episode assistant, an episode producer, or pre-veg producer like Stacy. Or yes, you could be part of the Council of Nerds, starting at $5 a month. You can go to PayPal or Venmo directly at me and Bradley Butin. I won't say no, or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. And if you're on here, check out the other podcasts that I put up as well. Prevenge of the Nerds. Brian and I like to talk about random things. We pitch a Monopoly movie. We got some other fun stuff in the works. I'll talk to my good friends, Josh and Kaylee, not Kaylee, my wife, my other Kaylee friend. And we have some good horror themed stuff. Got some stuff in the works for you as well. All right. Don't let today end. And why didn't I? Have a good day.